Okay, as a lawyer, I can bash lawyers. Lawyers are a necessary evil in the process. And since it's going to be a lease document that's going to be probably anywhere from 2 pages to 100 pages, I very much recommend that you have an attorney review your lease document. But the attorney has 2 roles. He or she, their first role in the process is to make certain that the basic letter of intent proposal spelling out the business terms, that all of those concepts get into the lease agreement. Because your typical proposal is 3 to 5 pages, your typical lease could be close to 100. So it's easy for the landlord to miss or bury some of the information when in fact it needs to be in there. So that's the first role of the attorney in the process. The second role of the attorney is to make sure that the lease document is not overly onerous or overly burdensome in favor of the landlord. Once again, only an attorney who specifically works in that market will know if in fact it's onerous or not. Lawyers typically charge by the hour. If you're in the Northeast and you hire a lawyer at $400 or $500 an hour, you don't want to be paying he or she to argue over points that they're never going to get because no landlord in that market is going to give it to you. Real life anecdote. Years ago, I worked with a client who really had a problem with a provision that's in every single lease I've ever seen in the last 32 years. It's called a waiver of jury trial provision. So this client did not want to agree to waive his right to a jury trial in the event of a lease default. Well, most lease defaults occur because the tenant doesn't pay their rent. And no landlord in America is going to agree to let you have a jury trial to fight out whether or not you have to pay your rent, because in most cases, juries would be sympathetic to the tenant and they would find against the landlord in favor of the tenant. So it's just a matter of course that you have to agree to waive your right to jury trial. Why would you pay a lawyer $800, $1,200, $1,600 to fight that point when you're not going to get it anyway? So it's important to have the right lawyer, one who has commercial leasing expertise, reviewing your lease on your behalf.